They ring the bell, and here we go. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Tried to score with that hook, but missed. There's nothing quite like a big heavyweight fight. Everything can change with one punch.
I've seen some fights with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer. They are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
These two are the perfect dance partners. When are we going to see a jab from these two?
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Both men step back for just a moment. Great big shot, and down goes Ali. Final 10 seconds here, unless we get some late drama. I think we all know who won this round. Let's talk about Ali in that last round. You've got to wonder how big of a factor that knockdown is going to be we just saw.
Can make or break a fighter.
Three. Okay, how do you feel? How do you feel? All right, breathe, focus the rest. Get through the round. Don't worry about the knockdown. Don't worry. Breathe and relax. Right, in this next round, when we get through the round, keep stepping, keep moving. Don't take any clean shots. Every time it gets close, time up, grab hold of it. This next round, just what?
They ring the bell, and here we go. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff them.
That jab misses. Well, Johnny, it's still early on, but what do you think about what we're seeing so far?
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Who's willing to go where the other fighter won't? No rest for the weary. Some real good back and forth between these two fighters.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
So much firepower here. Well, Johnny, we're a couple rounds in. What are you seeing so far?
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've done in the ring with fighting like that, and you punched him, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
Good defense. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Is this the beginning of the end for Muhammad Ali? Let's talk about Ali in that last round. The game plan does not seem to be working here. What's he have to do differently?
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
We're hoping for an all-action slugfest. anyone that can get out of trouble, it's Muhammad Ali. Thought for a second of getting out of trouble, but now he's right back in the phone booth.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Both want a highlight reel knockout. Well, Johnny, I know it's still early on, but have you been surprised by anything you've seen?
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the...
Who would have thought Ali would get rattled like this? They're back on their feet right now, Johnny. Do they go toe for toe or do they play defense here?
He's up, but for how long? Look at that. On the heels. Look at there's nothing there. There's no defense. The eyes are glazed. He just takes one more clear shot. A clean one. And he's out of there.
So final 10 seconds of the round, and he is looking really sharp. Muhammad Ali in trouble, but surely he'll find a way out. Let's talk about Ali in that last round. Boy, this next round is going to be crucial considering the knockdown we just witnessed.
You're being put down.
And there's the bell to start the round. Is this the beginning of the end for Muhammad Ali? Looks like they've shaken it off.
Defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now,
if there's anyone that can get out of trouble, it's Muhammad Ali.
I'm a Russian, I'm a fighter, I am everything you fear. Ask your questions, I'm the answer, I'm the whispers in your ear. When the lights start flashing for you, expectations loud and clear. I'm a Russian, I'm a fighter, I am everything you fear. It's the prize I envision. next? What the winner said. Cause I start where they finish at. I was running, I was supposed to make it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is go time. My name is Todd Grisham, and watching this live with me is Johnny Nelson.
About time, too.
It's time for our tale of the tape. Larry Holmes weighed in at 226 pounds. He stands 6'3" tall. And he'll be facing Roy Jones Jr., 201 pounds even. He stands 5'11" with a reach of 74.
An amazing reach advantage that fighters do not expect to see in this kind of fighter. The jab is unassumingly long and sharp and fast, and that...
Eastern assassin Larry Holmes dominated the heavyweight division in the early 80s. In fact, he went 48 fights before suffering his first defeat. Watch out for that very impressive jab. Roy Jones.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Easton, Pennsylvania, here is one of boxing's all-time greats, the heavyweight champion of the world, known as the Easton Assassin, introducing Larry Holmes.
All the talking has been done. It's time. We're hoping for an all-action slugfest. Going to shake out the arms and legs and move around a little bit. Both men step back for just a moment. One punch could change the entire complexion of this fight. What a pleasure to be in this unique environment. Every seat has been taken for tonight's match.
Can you imagine walking into this, Todd? Walking into an arena with such noise, people chanting your name. You can't even hear your corner man whispering in your ear. I've been in situations like that where it can be terrorizing if you haven't got your wits about you.
You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dare do anything out of turn.
Punch, counter punch. The straight right just misses. And just as quickly as the action slows down, it heats back up. You'd like to see more jabs. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Nice counter shot. Let's talk about Holmes in that last round. Well, it's no secret who has the advantage after that. And there's the bell to start the round. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
When you're training to fight a swarmer, Johnny, you know this better than anybody. You've got to be in peak physical condition because they're not going to let you breathe.
A swarmer, a good swarmer, will get inside you like a bee just pickpocketing and stinging you wherever you leave yourself open. A swarmer is the worst kind of fight to fight.
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Fighters landing in these exchanges, judge is going to have a tough job. Lucky that hook didn't score.
skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
This fighter's completely content to sit back and let you make the first move. That's where they thrive.
To beat a counterpuncher, you've got to take them out of their pace. Do not wait for them, because if you wait, they'll pepper and pop you all night long. Rush them.
Good counter punch. You can tell who's stronger and who's faster. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Holmes in that last round. At this point, you got to believe he can't win on the scorecards. Going to need a knockout.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
When you let him back up the fight out there, he needs you to slip that. The boxing, be smart.
They ring the bell, and here we go. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? They call it the glory division. There's nothing quite like a heavyweight fight. It doesn't take much to win it. Jab does not score. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. Swing and a miss with the right hook. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Holmes in that last round. From this moment forward, he cannot afford to lose another round.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what, next round, you're getting it. You're going to get it. Kitchen sink.
Don't worry about the knockdown. Don't worry about the tough round. Breathe and relax. Breathe and relax. Good. Just keep moving. Don't take any clean shots. Every time he gets close, time up, go hold it. Good. Right. In this next round, I want to get through the round. Just get through the round with him. Keep moving. Don't take any clean shots. Every time he gets caught round, just get through this round. Then at the end of the jab, keep stepping. Just want you to get through the round. Just get through the round. Don't worry about the knockdowns. Close. Time up. That'll hold it. Good. Right. Keep on the end of it.
And there's the bell to start the round. After that last round, something has got to change.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him feel.
Oh, Larry Holmes now. Down goes Larry Holmes.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So he's back on his feet, but the judges aren't going to give him this round for sure.
He's up, but for how long? Look at her. On the heels. Look at, there's nothing there. There's no defense. The eyes are glazed. It just takes one more clear shot. A clean one. Then he's out of there.
power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
Pretty good start the first half of this round.
No doubt at all. You can see who's winning. You can see who's got it in hand. You can see who's comfortable. Or it's a bit of a mousetrap.
He's putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. And he scores with the counter. Big whiff with the right hook. It's been all one-way traffic with just 10 seconds to go in the round. Let's talk about Holmes and now. They ring the bell, and here we go. Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff them.
This is a battle royale between two heavyweight bombers. That counter shot lands. One punch changes everything in this division. It's the heavyweights.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Looks like they're going to mix up their strategy a little bit here. Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Needs to put some combination work together. One punch is good, two punches better. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight fire with fire. You either give it them back because that's where they're comfortable, or you play calm, play cool.
This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Holmes in that last round. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Every second,
We're hoping for an all-action slugfest. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
they've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Swing and a miss with that uppercut. And that hook misses. Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
I've seen some fights with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer. They are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punches with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dare do anything out of turn.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. straight right just misses. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Holmes in that last round. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Wow, you know, I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, Bell, ring away. You walk back to the court.
And there's the bell to start the round. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with...
Oh, Larry Holmes just got dazed. How did they survive that?
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Johnny, it's still early on, but what do you think about what we're seeing so far?
Let me explain.
Well, he's an assassin in some trouble here. Looks like he's leading halfway through this round. So this fight will continue, but how can they get back into this bout?
What resilience to be down and to be back up again.
The referee deems they can continue, but this might be a big mistake.
Hard, he's up.
So we enter the final 10 seconds here in a pretty dominant display. Let's talk about Holmes in that. They ring the bell, and here we go. It's been a nightmare so far. What can they do to turn this around?
2 knockdowns, and you're coming back from that. That's near on impossible because your head must be all over the place. Your legs will feel like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
We're going to step back for just a moment. Roy Jones Jr. in trouble. And it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought. One punch could end this fight for either of these two heavyweights.
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close rounds.
Well, they beat the count and are ready to go again.
The corner needs to think now.
10 seconds to go, and what domination we've seen in this round. Well done with that counter shot. No surprise as we get a unanimous decision there.
This is
Here we are getting ready for this showdown between these two fighters. Should be a good one. I'm Todd Grisham. Next to me is Johnny Nelson.
The pleasure's always mine, my friend.
It's time now for our tale of the tape. Joe Louis, he's 6'2" tall, 181 pounds, one of the best right hands in the business. And up against him, it's Larry Holmes, one of the all-time great heavyweights, tipping the scales at 213 pounds.
Todd, this is well anticipated. I'm so looking forward to this tear-up. These two are really up for it. You know what? Nobody believes they're going to lose.
Joe Louis, the Brown Bomber. Here comes the...
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, and iconic longtime world champion who defended his title for a record of 12 years, introducing a heavyweight champion of the world, the Brown Bomber, Joe Louis. Fighting out of the blue corner from Easton, Pennsylvania, here is one of boxing's all-time greats, the heavyweight champion of the world, known as the Easton Assassin, introducing Larry Holmes.
You can tell both of these fighters are exuding confidence as they touch gloves, and here we go.
It's a privilege and an honor to be here. I feel so lucky to be sat here talking about something I love.
So a capacity crowd here for this one. We've been waiting a long time for this matchup. Here we go. We're hoping for an all-action slugfest. You'd like to see more jabs. They both want a knockout, you can tell. This counterpuncher is going to wait for you to move first, and then will strike like a snake. Keep an eye on this guy.
Counterpuncher's my favorite kind of fighter. A good counterpuncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
These punches coming from every angle. Well done with that counter shot. Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments. The straight right just misses.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dare do anything out of turn.
That big hook doesn't land. You're not going to see a lot of finesse and skills from this guy. He wants to bury his forehead in your chest and pound away.
Oh, man, you've got to swarm in your face. You've got to try and push him off, make him go into the rope. You've got to sometimes fight fire with fire. Hit him low on the blind side of the referee. Get him, man.
Has to be careful for that receipt. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. He is down big time on the scores.
Wow, it's like 2 different leagues.
Keep him busy with outside, working behind it.
And there's the bell to start the round. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
You can't make a mistake at the heavyweight level and not expect to be punished for it. By the way, the connect percentages have to be off the charts. Miss with the jab. What heart, what desire, but at what cost? As it is in most heavyweight fights, don't blink because one big shot and this thing could be over. Some real good back and forth between these two fighters.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. It's like a match made in heaven.
That hook was thrown with some bad intentions. You can tell who's stronger and who's faster. Tried to score with that hook, but missed. Missing with that right hook. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no doubt who won that round.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter and a corner.
They ring the bell, and here we go. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
How about that time counter shot? What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight fire with fire. You either give it them back because that's where they're comfortable, or you play calm, play cool.
Both men step back for just a moment. Failing to score with that right hook. Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Nice counter shot. One of the best attributes to have in boxing has nothing to do with boxing. It's how well you can take a punch to the face.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when he catch you.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We just saw it.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
Nice, he's shattered. Come on, look across at him. Look at him now. Don't let him get back into this fight. Come on, you've got this. Don't let him get back into the fight. Don't let him get that confidence. He's going to be stretching out. Don't let him get back into this fight. So important now in this first minute, this next round. Keep him busy with that jab, working behind the jab, and then let the shots go. Shots go. Don't let him get back into this fight. Come on, you've got this. Just keep on tackling. Don't let him get back.
The referee calling for seconds out as we get set for another round.
Keep that whacking into the body. Keep taking away that air.
We're hoping for an all-action slugfest. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. The old adage is no matter how much speed you've got, timing beats speed.
What you've got to do, Toddy, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You just got to put in a guess.
Needs to put some combination work together. One punch is good, two punches better. Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
The Brown Bomber in some trouble. The Brown Bomber couldn't take any more. He's back on his feet, but for how long? This could go south in a hurry.
Look at his corner, look for the instructions. They're telling him to calm down, make the most of the count.
It's been all one-way traffic with just 10 seconds to go in the round. It's not over till it's over, but that knockdown is going to be huge.
I love the response, though. Got back up, took a deep breath and thought, right, brush it off, get on with the job.
He's absolutely knackered, mate. He's knackered. Don't let him be on the jab and then let your shots go. Don't let him get back in the next round and get on top of him. Keep him busy with that shot, working behind him. Get back in. Don't let him get back in. Don't be stressed with that. Think back into the body. Take away that air. Every time he seems like a big hanging down confidence is going to be stressing out his back. Keep whacking him. Don't let him get back into his feet. So important. Big deep breath. Bang him downstairs. Zab him downstairs. Stop him from working behind the jab and then let your shots go. Don't let him get back in. It's so important now in the first minute. Next round.
And that'll do it for the minute break as we get set to get back in the action.
Don't let him get back into this fight. Come on, you got this. Don't let him lift you up. Let's go.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect your fight.
I've seen some fights with a granite chin. You could hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
And this is incredible action from both of these heavyweights. You don't want to trade shots. This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point. One moment changes everything, especially in this division.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
This fighter's not interested in throwing one shot at a time. They throw combinations, and they throw them non-stop.
You've got to ruffle their feathers, Todd. You cannot let them get comfortable, drag them, get them complaining to the referee, because once somebody with excellent foot speed and excellent power gets into the rhythm, the fight is over.
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. That was almost a 10-8 round. Complete dominance.
Dominance, without a doubt, made it look so easy.
So important that in the first minute, next round, you get on top of it. Keep that hit the body, take away that every time it seems like a big break, down and down.
the bell, and here we go. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Lucky that hook didn't score. The jab doesn't quite connect. Not a lot of defense here at all. There's a big difference between being the aggressor and the effective aggressor. Which type are we seeing so far?
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be. Having second thoughts in the ring.
What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other because no one dare do anything out of turn.
Only catching air with that hook. Who's willing to go where the other fighter won't? Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter, and the cornerman's got to put a firecracker on that fight to get out there and get the job done.
Keeping busy with that job, working behind it. So important round. First minute, this next round, get on top of him. Keeping busy with the jab, working behind the jab, and then letting shots go. Don't let confidence is going to be stressing out his back. Keep whacking. Don't let him get that back. Don't let him get that back. Big defense, banging downstairs, zapping downstairs, stuck in. It's so important that in the first minute.
The referee calling for seconds out. Unfortunately, this fighter not going to get more time to heal up and get a breather.
Come on, you got this. Don't let him feel.
Generally speaking, you don't watch heavyweights to see a boxing match. You want to see a fist fight.
Power. That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
Nice counter shot. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Failing to score with that right hook. Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. One punch changes everything in this division. It's the heavyweights.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
Back and forth they go. Neither fighter willing to back down.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
These two fighters are made for one another. Defense is not an option for these two. Good counter punch. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
Listen, he switched off. What's he doing?
And there's the bell to start the round. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won the hands down.
His stamina is off the charts. Well, Johnny, it's still early on. Joe Louis in trouble. So they're back on their feet, but let's see how much they have left in the tank.
He's up, but for how long? Look at her. On the heels. Look at there. There's no defense. The eyes are glazed. He just takes one more clear shot. A clean one. And he's out of there.
It's a good start to the round for this guy.
No doubt at all. You can see who's winning. You can see who's got it in hand. You can see who's comfortable. Or it's a bit of a mousetrap.
Oh, Joe Louis just got caught. You heard that right, ladies and gentlemen. A knockout victory and one of the biggest surprises of the year.
A knockout victory? That's not a knockout victory. That is somebody saying, I'm here, I've arrived. Try that again, it will happen all over again.
All in my eyes, enemies only can see my demise. Envision my downfall, it's not in my view.